Good morning, park managers, and welcome back to High Pine Zoo. As you can see right now, I've kind of like got this area ready, and I'm currently deciding, I'm pretty much decided anyways, I'm going to be doing a lagoon in this area, because we only really have the one lagoon, and I do love like marine creatures, especially my marine reptiles. I absolutely love those. So we're going to go and we're going to start building this together. We're going to make it try and look kind of like rocky and pretty in that sense, and have our like natural forest as a kind of backdrop. Maybe a bit more straight than that. Maybe have it in line with that bit. Maybe try our best, anyways. So we'll see how that lines up. Oh, that's not lined up right. Like, am I just being blind here? This is the only issue when I'm like setting things up with like lagoons. It's just trying to get this to somewhat look in line. That feels like it's aiming up though. It feels like it's aiming up. We'll see how this goes. I went about there. I think we'll just leave it at that. Otherwise it's going to be one of those things where it's just constantly battling with it, which is something I don't really want to be doing. I want to actually build this lagoon and make it kind of pretty around the outside. So we're going to raise the background here, have it like a little bit of a hill here, try and make it just look pretty. I kind of want a long line sort of thing. I'm going to make it so it's almost like that river kind of disappears into a slight little valley sort of thing. So we'll just build that up. I know the trees are going to help flesh it out just a little bit. Shame we can't get any closer, like in some parts where it has this bit of a gap, but we can sort of play on that really. Just try and flatten the ground out there. So, oh, does it go quite deep? Why is it going so deep? Well, we'll leave it at that. Right, let's just put our trees on here. Just adds a little bit of background when we're not lying down, but when we're viewing it from the ground sort of perspective. Oh, actually, yeah, make it almost like it's kind of like a bowl. Oh, that's going to be kind of cool. And again, like another bit of, oh yeah, it connects up to this bit here. Okay, that's going to be kind of nice. And we can sort of like mess around with that a little bit later and try and make it look more pretty. Maybe let's bring it around so it's just like, it looks like it's been carved into this and it's a bit like a bowl. Yeah, I quite like that idea, to be honest. Maybe a bit of a mountain area here, but only a slight hill, cover it with trees. I like having this, also it's High Pine Zoo, so it's going to be very dense with forest. Right. We got a thing over here still, don't we? Okay, yeah, we do. Do we have a... No, we'll fly them over. We'll save some of this space and go with all in with decorations. Now, Novosaurus does use lagoon rocks to climb up on. But then, do I want something thrilling? I mean, we've got a donkey. Donkeys are pretty thrilling as it is. It'll look quite nice with extra rocks, making it almost like a rock pond. Yeah, I could do it with Archeolon as well. An Archeolon are cute. Okay, no, we'll go with the sea turtles, the Archeolon, because I think they'll be quite cute. We'll do some red and blues, and we'll go for some. Let's see, what else can we go for? Let's go for some black and red. Let's do that. Let's see what we get out of those two, and we'll probably have about. It's fairly long. I think we'll have 3 of them, maybe 4, maybe more. I don't know. I mean, I honestly love Archeolon. Archeolons they're great. When they were added, I was so excited because how cute Archeolon is, and it's just like it made me hope as well that we could like also have them on land as well. Maybe have a thing where they could crawl out of the lagoon onto land. I mean, we technically got it with the rock, but I wish there was more. I wish there was more to do for. So we're gonna have it fairly rocky. Let's have it kind of rocky, like a few of these rocks. We could have more, I suppose. I suppose we could have more. We'll do it kind of randomish at the back. So like that, and we're going to do some of the tall rocks as well. So there's going to be a fair few. Yeah, we'll just have 4 groups. We'll have 4 and 4. We'll have 8. We'll have 8 in there. We'll do it that way. It fits about right. A little staff area can probably. We'll have 2 feeders. And we'll make this into like a little off-show staff area as well. So we'll just try and make it look like it's kind of like built right this way. So, like there, and we'll come back to the staff area. That's going to be our staff area, so they can get to the fish feeders. They can do any training, little health checks and things like that. Because you can kind of fake it where there's like an off-show area, but like again, lagoons take tons of space. Which I don't want to be taking up way too much space. Actually, should we stretch out fully? We'll stretch out fully, like... No, we won't. We'll make it small. There we go. I don't know why I had to really think about that then. And then we'll do it like this, connect that up to there. Like so. Right, that'll be the path sort of layout for it. And then maybe have it follow the water's edge. That's kind of the center bit, like so. Put on curved. Follow it like so, like that. And then it's got kind of like a nice little bit of a water view going up to the lagoon itself. Then rock-wise, we'll let's see. Let's get ourselves this. I'm going to turn random rotation off because well, I kind of want them all sticking up. I want it to be like a jagged hill, like in the background. If we can try and get that right. How tall is that? Okay, we can just slightly turn them around like this to try and make it look different. And we can sort of do them up the hill as well, ever so slightly in different places, just to give it that really like carved out rock pond kind of look we're going for. It's the kind of vibe that I really want. And then when you do them like alternate like that, it's just going to add extra to it. And it's going to be a lot of these. And I don't know, do I like the look of that? Do I like the look of that? I don't know. I can't tell if I'm going to like the look of that or not. That's the thing, like, sometimes I will, like in the summer videos when I'm building and how to build, I cut stuff out like this, because I do sometimes experiment a little bit and sort of see how I want it to be. But do I like it? I don't know. I don't know. I think I might want it a little bit different, actually. Well, like... I think it's because there's trees everywhere, in mixed amongst it, that's making it look a bit strange. So we'll get rid of some of the trees like this, and then we'll paint that rock side. Yeah, we'll paint that with rock. It's the fact as well there's like a massive gap between like this bit here. That's probably kind of daunting a little bit, which. Why does that one tree not want to go? There we go. That tree was like adamant it was going to stay. Right, so let's do this like so, and we'll bring it around like that. Make that a bit sandy at the base around it, almost like a beach. You know, almost like a beach. I mean, it's kind of blocking the beach. And is the tree matter that much? Have I got to get rid of so many trees? I might have to manually place all the wrong thing. Manually place all the trees up here that I want. It might come down to that, especially if like that was like the tree and the foliage was nowhere near the actual like the ledge. Okay, we've got a work cut out thing. I thought this would be quite a nice chill, but I feel like we've got a work cut out with this. Especially if I want it the way I kind of want it to look. It's like I said, I want it to look a bit like a rock pool, in a sense. Like, have that kind of feel. So let's make the tree a little bit shorter. Can I get away with it like that? I can... Yeah, there we go. That's better, actually. Sort of get away with it like this without ruining too much of the rock brush. There we go. Maybe actually use the... Taiga rock, maybe? There's a Malta rock, and actually kind of greenness, you know. Okay, we'll do a mix. We've got random rotation on anyway, so I think what we'll do is a mix of rocks. The nice tall long one, these big boulders. I like the green on these, gives it kind of like this sort of algae growing all over it. Definitely gives it kind of an aquatic value. Swampy sort of rock pool value to it. So place it all the way around. Do a fair bit there. Do a bit more work over here. Again, that's. I don't know why I came off that. Sometimes I always do this, and I don't know why I accidentally come off the actual thing itself. Right, there we go. Get that. Even though rocks and the brush tools I'm after are on the same thing, I'm like, oh yeah, rocks are decoration. We're on the decoration tab, not the terrain tab. But nope, nope. It was right in the first place. Right, so we're going to add a load of these knocking about. So I really like how these points and jag up in different shapes. I say different shapes, but then they've nearly been the same all the way around there. Right, I'll put these up here. Okay, there we go. That's that side done. Do it like so. I'm so 50-50 of how this is going to look. But we'll go into our viewing on what our guests can see. We'll see what it looks like. Because sometimes placing random rocks doesn't always work out the way you want it to work. But, you know, that's the thing. You can always go and adjust afterwards. It's a pretty cool rock, this one, though. It's like almost like tooth-like, in a sense, sticking out the ground. Right. So let's see what our guests are actually going to see. So we showed a view. I mean, yeah, it's looking alright. We're going to add a load of more little rocks to it now. Or medium. The one down from our big ones. That's this one here, isn't it? Do the odd one of this sticking around. And then we'll add loads of little ones knocking about here, there, everywhere. Put that there. That there. It's like, what's kind of, I keep saying like a bowl. So there's a place that my dad used to take me. And when he used to be a diver, I didn't go diving. I couldn't go diving, not the way my asthma was. But I used to go and like talk to the divers and just walk around, because that's some nice pretty walks around it. But there was this quarry that was like flooded, so divers could like dive in it, and it had like all sorts of like mystery things sunk in there, like planes, boats, cars, for them to all dive around. And that's the kind of vibe that I'm going to go for. It's almost like this is a quarry that's been sort of you know, flooded, so then they can make this lagoon in here for our Archeolon. That's the kind of idea I'm going to go for. I really wish I remember the name of the quarry, because it's a really cool, beautiful place to go to. Like, even if you're not a diver, it's just like got some nice surroundings, and the divers there are always dead chatty and dead nice, and will tell you things they've seen in there, and if they have any photos, they'll show you photos, which is really cool. Something I was always obsessed with as a kid was like underwater photography. I thought that was really ace. Like, just really interesting, because like I said, I couldn't go diving because my asthma was so bad. Like, if I had an asthma attack on there, it would be a very sticky situation. So I was always like obsessed with like, oh, I get to see that, even though I think I would never get to see with my own eyes. So I was always thinking like, you know, a little happy time of my childhood, as it were. So that's what we're trying to build here as best as we can. Like I said, I kept saying rock pool. I was trying to get the words to my head, but yeah, the quarry, the flooded quarry. I get so tongue twisted. It's unreal. It's unreal how tongue twisted I get over something simple. Flooded quarry. There we go. So that's the kind of vibe that we're gonna go for, and I feel like I'm sort of achieving it to the best as I can. And that's what I always say with like this game, that you can't always get what you are originally after. Like, I mean, some things you can get perfectly, you can get like dead on. With this game, like, imagination is the limit, and sometimes you just got to add a little bit of storytelling to your builds. Like I said, you could say this is our quarry. I know it's like, it's kind of one-sided, the quarry, but you could say we carved that bit out to make it more easy for our guests. They didn't have to walk up a hill or down a hill. They could just walk straight into this beautiful site and see our Archeolon. So we get around placing a few rocks. I'm not going to go... I mean, I've already gone crazy, but I'm not going to go too crazy. And I'm already liking the look of it. And we can do like a few rocks here anyways to sort of like bunch them up. So, let's get on to our little staff area. So we'll just connect that up to the main path. I mean, this isn't technically going to be doing anything. It's just more out of prettiness. Let's put it that way. So we want decorations. We're going to use these walls like so. And get them as close as we can. Helps if you don't have random rotate. Oh, is that? Yeah, I thought it would be. Even though I clicked it at the same time, it still decided it wasn't going to turn off the random location. Random location. Random rotation, man. Like I said, today's been a heck of a day for me and my speech. Right, so we're going to place that there. So. And it's just kind of like almost like a privacy barrier in the sense that you can't see completely what the staff are doing. And it's not giving away. Do you reckon we can fit that in? I don't think we are. No, we're not. Well, it doesn't matter too much because, like, you still need to get forklifts in here. So we'll just use the pom-pom bush, as I like to call it. It's like that extra little bit of foliage, you know, a little tree there. Actually, let's have the Christmas tree here. Little bush there, little bush there. Little bush like that. What else can we place down which will look quite nice with this? You know, little olive tree there. I wish there was like placeable flowers in this game. Add something pretty to it. Right, there we go. So let's just add 2 bollards here. So it definitely looks like it's meant to be a staff area. Place it like so. We'll place this dock sign, and we can imagine it says, using a bit of storytelling, it's a staff only sign. And then I suppose it's water as well. It kind of works out, but for all intensive purposes, that's our staff only side. There, I'll place that back there. Right, I don't know why I came off the deck. This is what I always do, and I don't know why. I always come off the decoration tabs. It drives me insane, because I'm like, actually no, I need this to be on there. So we use blue shipping containers. You see that's where all the frozen fish comes in. Boxes, these chemical tubs, you know, this could be things used for cleaning the water. Little pump hat station there as well. I know it's kind of, kind of hoping they would go both into the ground, but we'll do it like that. How far can I place it there? There we go. That there, so staff ain't completely touching those exposed pipes. You know, a bit of a safety barrier. They could be hot, whatever. You know, I'll let your imagination go to wild of that one. But we'll still have this like a barrier, so we can still get to this little operational thing here for the food. Obviously, this is something that doesn't actually happen in the game. It's just storytelling. Something that you'll get more out of this game if you just add your own story to it. You add more things that feel a bit more realistic and relevant. We'll place a camera like dead center, I think, like so they can also use the camera to see and keep an eye on things from possibly the entrance area and things like that. You know, you could have like different, like, it's all things like sometimes like enclosures can be really incredibly interactive, like especially with live streams and these days where they put cameras watching an enclosure. So, you know, you can imagine that's, oh, watch the Archeolon chill on the rocks and, you know, things like that. You know, it's like something extra. Something adds a bit more storytelling to this enclosure. Now, we'll go back onto the decoration. I want to advertise that this is a lagoon. So we'll add lagoon like so there. And we'll also add a lagoon sign over here. So, kind of want to make it pretty. Lagoon, make it tropical feeling, so we'll use the smaller one. So go to tropical palms. Obviously this is not the right environment for it, but they've been planted there to make it look pretty and sort of lagoonish. You know what I mean? Make it more inviting to our guests. Selling that we've got something down this long path. And then before it goes back into normal pine trees. There's desert one. Where's the little one? That's a bit darker, isn't it? It's not doing so well because it's too cold a temperature, not that lush brightness still to it. And then we'll do this as like a bit of a backdrop for our tropical plants here. Like so, and like so. Bit of a backdrop there. Eventually we will come and decorate our bridges and make them look more bridge-like. And maybe have it so it's like that as well, before leading on to our walk along the water. And then obviously we want something to be like a standoff barrier between the water and our paths, because people are usually stupid and they end up doing something. So it's always best to keep a barrier between them. We'll keep changing between these two rocks, like so. And this is sort of like a natural, fake natural barrier to try and stop guests from stepping into the cold waters. So we'll get on with that and just keep changing it one by one. It'd be nice if there was like a hotkey for this where I could just click a key and it would just change between the rocks nice and simply. But we'll just go back and forth. We'll still put a little bit of work into this. So, yeah, so it's called a standoff barrier, or you can call it the natural selection preventative barrier, because it stops natural selection from happening. So we used to always say in uni, it's a natural selection barrier. Unless we were writing in our assignments, of course, then we'd use its actual term. But like I said, we want the guests to have a nice, pretty, sort of scenic water view, and then at the same time, we don't want them to be head floating down the stream kind of water view. So we'll do it like that. Do we do it all the way? Because our guests are still kind of close. Yeah, actually no, because we're gonna do. Well, I want some more trees around this, really. Okay, we're gonna be placing our own trees by the looks of things. I kind of will build this up here like so. Connect that up like that. We'll do this kind of sandy, I think, to add to our little rock pool kind of area. Sandy like so. Decorational trees, and we'll place our sort of trees and stuff over here. Let's try and still break it up a little bit. Try and get a good mixture in. Separate. I don't get why there's always this one little tree that's always miles out of the brush circle that just ends up like that. Because it always ends up in the water, that one tree, and then it takes forever trying to get rid of it sometimes. So do you see how long it takes to get rid of this one, or will it just disappear? Oh, we're still there, even though we're in the center. There we go. There's the money. So yeah, there we go. So we've got this nice little like view of this little bit of water stretch here. We've got our forest sort of blocking that area and blocking that area. We've got a few different rocks here. We could make it so it's fake sandiness. So we've already added like our rocks there. You could say this is man-made, maybe. I use a few desert rocks, like slight prettiness, maybe. Yeah, we'll make this into. There's something I made ages ago. I think it was on like, I can't even remember which map it was, and I mixed like a few different brushes and desert rocks together to make like a little decorated area, and I was really happy with it. Like, it just looked really pretty. It's not something I'd always like. It's not something I'd done before, using like a load of century plants and aloe veras to kind of get that look, and I thought it looked really cool. And even in the cooler climates, some of these plants will somewhat survive. So we're going to make this like a pretty spiky garden, you know. I really do like the century plants in this game. Like, they are very stunning to look at, quite pretty, quite bold. So I'll add that, then we'll add a load of these to kind of make those pretty. I think these ones we might leave exposed. Maybe. Or maybe I'll try and do something a bit different to hide them, like with the lagoon things. Well, yeah, actually, we'll try that. Lagoon signs to sort of slightly mask the building. And it'll be slightly different from what we've done from the rest of it, but it'll still look nice. Anyways, I think this is our... I think this will do quite nicely for us little spiky garden. Oh yeah, we didn't do any over here, did we? There we go. Oh, we don't quite want it on the path. Right, there we go. Place a few more of these. Right. Yeah, okay, I'm quite happy with that. It's kind of like lush. It's kind of gentle in the sense it's not too much, and it just kind of gives it like an interesting view. Like it's just onto this little quarry bit, something quirky with the plants. So let's go on to, where is it? Is it in signs? Yeah, there we go. We'll try and sort of hide it with this. Is it in line? Yeah. Is random rotation on? It might be. It's not. It's not, but we've got an aloe vera in the way. So we're going to have to mess around with it a little bit. Which, it's not too bad. There we go, we'll place these down. And it's kind of like slightly hiding the building. I mean, a lot of it's more exposed than it would be if we were using the massive fossil walls. But I feel like this has a bit more of a fitting need to it. And if I really wanted to, which would be quite nice, maybe thinking, no, I'm not going to do that actually. But you could also alternate the two different types you got from the darker and the light. That'll add something quite scenic to it. So place it like that. So maybe one more. I'm only going to do it on the front. I'm not going to go all the way around the building of these. But yeah, I feel like I'm quite happy with this. It kind of still sells the point that this is aquatic. Maybe, ooh, actually, I don't know. Yeah, we might have missed out on that. Place down a few like water features as well, just to sell that sort of like aquatic side to it. So we'll do the other building now. There we go. Maybe, can I wish I could do that. I wish there wasn't these hitboxes. That'd be kind of sweet. Maybe do it that way? So it feels like it's kind of lulling you in towards a door. Oh, actually, yeah. Let's do it one more wider. There you go. It's kind of like lulling you towards the door. I quite like that. We'll start off with that on this side. So where are we going to be allowed? There we go. Do it to like so. Like there. It's kind of like lulling you in towards the door, doing it that way. It'd be nice if it went all the way against the wall, but again, you know, you just got to do what you can do. Make it the way you can. Right, there we go. Take a little of that. Am I going at an angle there? Yeah. I kind of messed that a little bit up. Oh well. Spin you around. There we go. Bring it there. Again, it's just this game, just placing things down repeatedly is just somewhat therapeutic. Especially the noises. Like, I really do love the sound design in Frontier games. It's like, I'm really intrigued to what that noise actually is when you're placing this. Because when they were doing all the stuff for Planet Coaster 2, they sort of gave us like a little bit of in-depth of how they made some of the sounds for the game. Like, I'm really intrigued to what that sound is. I mean, if you can guess, put it down in the comments what you think they used to make that sound. Like, it sounds like to me, like, you know when you've got like a fridge door full of like jars and you slam it and it makes that ding noise? It sounds like that, but it's slowed down and made deeper. That'd be my guess. That would be my guess to what that sound effect is. How they made that. But that is... yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It feels like very tropical, like in a sense, almost like going to like a water park in a sense. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. Anyways, let's go and have a look at some more features. kind of water features do you think we get? I mean, place some actually in front of this. I mean, that's quite pretty. Like the water features from the Bison pack actually are quite nice. Like I really do like that. What else choice do we have? So the water fountains, though. Yeah, they're a winner, I think, in my eyes. So we'll place one there. I might have to do a little bit of deleting. There's 3 items we need to get rid of. Oh, we'll get rid of those actually, and then place that there. Maybe have it so it's like that there as well. Just place the one here. Might have to do a little bit of deleting here. Yeah, just those 2. Oh. There we go. I don't know how I always end up hitting the wrong keys. That's the one thing I'd say, like, the difference between me playing on console and playing on PC. It's like on console I don't accidentally hit things all the time, whereas on PC I'm absolutely cluttered to what my hands are doing on the keyboard. Right. I think it's about time to get our Arculon in, and I think that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this today, and it's given you some inspiration for your builds. I know this one's probably felt a bit more chaotic, because I hadn't really planned at the beginning what I was going to do. I had a rough idea, and I kind of just threw myself into it. But I've really enjoyed making this, and I'm quite happy with the way it looks. It's a very mixed match. It definitely feels like some zoos you just go to, and you're just like looking around at the scenery and what's going around the enclosure. You're like, it's a very interesting choice. I wonder why they did that. But yeah, anyways, like I said, I hope this has given you some kind of inspiration. Until next time, I'll see you later, and I'll let you enjoy this quick montage of the Arculon enjoying their new rock pool. See you later.